I was reborn, back to the day my adoptive father was drugged. In my previous life, I was his antidote, only to be driven to my death by his own hand. This time, I summoned his beloved woman and watched them spend the night together. But the next day, he blocked my door and asked, "Do you really want me to be with another woman?" When I opened my eyes again, I was back on the day Langdon was drugged. "Mira, quick, call Lydia." Hearing those familiar words, I suddenly realized I had been reborn. This time, without hesitation, I grabbed my phone and dialed the number I knew by heart. The moment the call connected, I saw Langdon's face flushed, his burning eyes fixed on me, filled with surging desire. In my past life, I succumbed to that very gaze, committing a grave mistake that led to my utter ruin. This time, I resolutely avoided his searing gaze and turned to leave the room quickly. "Landon, hold on. Lydia will be here in 10 minutes. The moment the door closed, I heard him squeeze out my name through clenched teeth, a plea tinged with resentment. I pretended not to hear, resolutely closing the door behind me, standing outside like a guard. 10 minutes later, Lydia arrived in a hurry. Her gaze swept over me, and seeing that I was fully clothed, her tense nerves visibly relaxed. Before stepping inside, she gave me a disdainful look. "This is none of your business. You can leave." I turned and went upstairs to my room. It wasn't until late into the night that the downstairs rooms finally fell silent. I let out a long sigh. The tragedy of my past life, like a nightmare, had finally been rewritten by my own hands. I once became his antidote because I loved him, only to be forced to watch helplessly as my son and I died, driven by revenge for his beloved. In this life, Lydia is his antidote, and I can finally sever all ties with him and leave far behind. The next morning, Lydia appeared at the family dinner table. Landon slowly took a bite of his sandwich, then casually announced, "From today onwards, Lydia is my girlfriend, and I will marry her. Be polite to her." He then looked up, his cold gaze fixed on me. His fork turned to me, "Especially you. Be good to my girlfriend, and don't cause me any trouble." I nodded indifferently, catching a glimpse of Lydia's undisguised, victorious, smug smile. I pretended not to notice, and got up to leave before finishing my breakfast. But as soon as I stood up, Lydia's delicate, affected sobs began. "Langdon, does Mira not want me to stay in this house? I know she's important to you, but if she doesn't like me, maybe I should leave." A crystal tear rolled down her cheek at just the right moment, highlighting her utter distress. Langdon's brow furrowed tightly, and he snapped at me impatiently. "Mira, sit down and finish your breakfast." Without turning around, I coldly retorted, "I'm done." His anger intensified, his voice turning icy. "Sit down. Don't you understand me? Is this how I taught you? You have no manners at all." I had no intention of getting entangled with them, but trouble found its way in. So I turned around, a flawless, polite smile on my face. "I'm really finished eating. Please enjoy your meal." Half an hour later, there was a knock on my door. The moment I opened it, I was met with Langdon's unfathomable eyes that seemed to be brewing a storm. My first instinct was to close the door, shutting him out and avoiding any unnecessary confrontation. But Langdon was faster than me. He abruptly reached out and easily blocked the door. He raised an eyebrow, his sharp gaze scrutinizing me. "Avoiding me? Why?" He took a step closer, his narrowed eyes full of inquiry. "Unhappy? Because of Lydia?" I shook my head quickly, trying to make my voice sound calm and even. "No, I'm happy for you. You found someone you truly love." His expression became inscrutable, as if he didn't believe a word I said. "Is that really what you think? Are you sure you're not just saying that against your will?" He scoffed, a laugh devoid of any warmth. "Mira, don't tell me you still have feelings for me. You think I don't know about that stolen kiss you gave me on your 18th birthday? You were drunk then, but I was perfectly sober. And all those love letters you wrote me over the years? I read every single one. You thought you hid them well, but the way you looked at me, it was like you were practically shouting, 'I love you.' Did you think everyone else was blind? It's a good thing you didn't confess to me. That was the wisest decision you ever made. Otherwise, I would have just laughed at you to your face." His cruel laughter echoed in the room. Then, he went straight to his desk, opened the bottom drawer,